What's going on, guys? This is Bruce with What Are You Doing? We checking out another Kendra G live single, and we are looking at this young lady who basically she had two children, and now she's saying that she ain't having no sex until she's married. She had two children by two different men. So let's check this out.
Okay. What kind of man you looking for now, honey?
Now I am looking for a protector, a provider, a honest person, someone with good communication. Um, a husband is what I'm looking for, not like somebody I gotta babysit and take care of. Like, it's like, what do I look like giving my all to somebody, like trying to make you chocolate covered strawberries and give you a back massage or something, and you're not even like, and I gotta pay the bills, I'm over that. Like, I feel like I know what I'm worth at this point.
Okay. What are
So
your deal breakers?
I wrote them down because I ain't got time.
Well, let me say this here, man. We always only hear one side of the story. There's probably nobody on the planet. Well, there's some people on this planet that will tell the story, the correct story, the truthful story, and even then, you might get some, you might get some, you know, sides of it that we don't know unless these two people are actually telling their story together. And that way, one person will say you're lying, the other person will say no, that's not true. It didn't go like that. Ah, man, I'm thinking, bruh. I'm thinking of something, y'all. But let me say this. I get it. If that is the case, that he wasn't doing anything to help her and she doing all of this stuff, nobody is going to stick around that long. So let's finish checking this out.
Moochers, bad hygiene, no goals, like no aspirations, and like you should be working towards something. Is how I feel. People with poor communication, liars, uh, people not working or people that don't want to work, and yeah, people are inconsistent.
People that's inconsistent. Okay, so
Yeah,
you look a certain way.
not really. I feel like I'm not. I like I can
Kendra
find beauty
gigs.
in different things. I can find beauty in different things. I don't have like a specific type, but I do prefer brown skin.
Prefer brown skin men.
Yeah.
We can tell your baby brown skin.
Yeah.
Okay, what about money? Should he make a certain amount of money?
I don't
You said
feel
yeah.
like there's a
Baby said
certain
yeah.
amount. Yeah, he did. I'm sorry.
How much money your new daddy gotta make?
Oh no,
What he
girl.
say?
I don't
What did
know,
he
man.
say?
I don't know.
Remind me of my grandson.
How
I'm
old is he?
sorry.
3?
But he shouldn't
Yes,
be
he's
sitting here.
3. He speaks in full sentences though. Like,
He
that's what I'm
shouldn't.
saying. Like, I know
He
how to
shouldn't
take
be
care of a
sitting here
kid. I've
listening
been
to this.
cooking all my life. I'm a good person. I'm genuine. I'm caring. I'm nurturing. And it's like I'm tired of pouring and my cup not getting filled, you know? But personally, I don't feel like there's like a certain number, but enough to provide. And it's not just me at this point, and that's just the truth. Like, yes, I can take care of myself. Yes, I can take care of my children, and yes, I have been and doing it myself. But if you think you stepping in my life, that's your role. So you better step in the role. Is how I feel.
Okay. Okay.
So now she's talking about. Now listen, guys, listen. I'm gonna say this from experience. I'm gonna say this from experience. I don't know if she's talking about a man coming in and paying all the bills. She said a provider. Now that's what a provider means. A provider means a guy that's gonna come in and do everything. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's gonna pay all of the bills. Now, if that's what she's talking about, I'm not gonna say any woman couldn't get a provider meal. I'm not gonna say that. But what I will say is you're shooting too high. You're shooting too high. You know, she seems like a feminine woman, young lady. Um, and I say that just because of the little bit I've heard from her. She don't sound real combative, even though they hadn't really got to the back and forth yet. But even with that being said, you have two kids by two different baby daddies, and finding a provider male. This is probably the reason why no cookie until married. She say so basically she ain't giving up nothing until she married. And that's okay if that's what you want to do. That's okay if that's what you want to do. But even decent men want to see what it's like. You know, I'm just being honest, man. Y'all can sit there and say something crazy and just be like, well, that it's not supposed to happen like no, it ain't supposed to happen like that. But you ain't no virgin either. You know what I'm saying? You ain't a woman that's coming in, never had sex, if you came in that way, that's a totally different story. That's a totally different story. Some men is still not gonna stick around. But the fact is there's men that will stick around to deal if they really gotta be into you. You know what I'm saying? They really gotta be into you. So
Let's do the Kendra Cam. You got to put baby down.
Okay. I'm nervous. Oh my god. Come this way, baby. You don't got pants on.
and you can tell she's feminine because she does a lot of smiling. Now
I
I don't
had
know
it
if
ready.
that's
I swear to God.
all right, y'all.
Okay.
I'm trying.
I- Ooh, okay, we see you, baby. He wants to see Kendra Cam too.
That's right. I work out. Sorry.
Felicia, Sacramento. Do you want the guy to be in Sacramento?
No, it's not like no. It doesn't matter.
She probably get hit on a lot. And I realized that she probably knows that most guys just want to get it in. You know what I'm saying? She smiles a lot, and that's what guys like. We don't like women who got balled up faces. Listen to me when I say this again. If you're a single woman and you looking for a decent man, it's not a problem to smile. You know, there may be somebody that you're not even attracted to. But guys can look around, man. Look how much she's smiling, man. Not that we'll take it as you know, she's fast, because no, what we'll take it as is she's a woman that can be approached. Because if you got a balled up, and I know guys that hit on women with balled up faces. I just happen to feel like, look, man, you don't smile. It tells me that you're either mean, you're either you got a lot on your mind and things that you need to take care of, or I don't know. It's just not an inviting feel for a guy to look at you and your face is always bald. I might see you in a store 2 or 3 times, but every time I see your face balled up, who do you think want to come and start talking to somebody like that? Nah, guys do. You got guys that do, but you got guys that won't. So the smiling really helps, guys. Y'all just understand what I'm saying, meaning ladies, it does help. You may not be the most attractive woman, but if you are feminine, boy, that'll go a long way with most guys.
Okay. When was your last relationship?
Probably with his dad, like 3-4 years ago.
3 or 4 years ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Almost 3 years. It would be 3 years around August.
3 years around.
And I plan on staying celibate until I'm married. So if that's what you want, don't even bother me.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Now I'm gonna say this because this is kind of on the weird side. And so now, if it's a good guy that come in, because she's gonna weed out guys that just want to hit and run. Hold on, let me pull this camera down, guys. She's gonna weed out a lot of the guys. She's gonna weed out a lot of guys that just want to hit and run when she tell them ain't happening. Now, I'm always like this. I always feel like this, guys. If the right one come around and she feels that he really likes her and he knows that he really like her, he's showing her and he's, look, man, it don't take much to know if a man is really into a woman. It don't take much, because you're gonna go out of your way to do with her. I didn't mean it like that. To please her, you do things for her. I mean, you're doing what you got to do to get her. it don't take a rocket scientist to know when a man likes a woman or when a woman likes a man. It's easy. It's really easy. But when you throw that no sex thing out and you standing on that, it's gonna be a lot of guys gonna come and go. But the one thing she has to understand is if she could probably get a guy with no problem, I'm thinking. But the odds of a man sticking around, especially if he take a long time to ask her to marry him, is really, really, really light. Because the first thing I would say is, well, hold on a second. You a virgin? Because if you're a virgin, that's one thing. If you're not a virgin, then come on, man. We grown folks. Use protection. Use protection. I'm not saying that the way she's doing it now is not the way to do it. It is the way to do it. It's the godly way to do it. But the fact is, you already had children. It's already bust open. It's already open.
Me at this point, like, just saying, I'm sorry.
Wait, so no more sex until you're married?
Yes. That's where I am.
I'm gonna let you respond. I'm gonna let you respond because you know they're gonna say, "Girl,
I
you
know.
got 2 baby daddies and a 3-year-old, and now you locking it down."
I know. I felt like I was gonna get some heat because of that, but honestly, it's just because like I feel like even with both of their with both of their fathers, like I knew them for a lot of years, and it was like, you know, like I feel like I was tricked. Like they helped me take care of somebody else's kid and all this and all that, but then you can't handle your own responsibilities, and it's like, well, I need to know that you can handle responsibilities before all that, and then two, I feel like people, I feel like I get used a lot for like my energy or like for things that I do for people, or like I'm a giving and caring kind of person, but like even with like certain family, it's like I gotta make sure I'm not giving to the wrong people, because then I'm sitting there with like nothing left to give and nothing for myself, but I gave my last to somebody that wouldn't even give me something when they got more than they last, you know? Like I just
Shut the fuck. Shut. No. Oh shit. Say it again. Say something else. Oh. Say something else. Say something else, nigga.
Well, here's the thing, man. I see what she's saying. I kind of feel for her. I have daughters, guys. I have 4 daughters. Okay, and wasn't a boy in sight, but my nephew and my grandchildren now. But let me say this, man. I kind of feel for her, but you just gotta you gotta be strategic if you really want marriage, and to wait the way you know that guy really he's gonna go out of his way. He's gonna go out of his way. I'm from Louisiana, guys. New Orleans, West Bank. You know, I say New Orleans. I'm from New Orleans. I was born in New Orleans. I stayed there for about 8-9 years. So I'm from New Orleans. I was born in New Orleans, but I was raised on the West Bank, and I always say it like this because I want people to understand. Because ain't nobody gonna say, "Oh, he ain't from New Orleans." No, I'm from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up from 9 on to 18, from 9 to 18, uh, pretty much in Avondale, Louisiana, which is right there by New Orleans. It's probably like maybe, I don't know, maybe 8 miles, 10 miles from New Orleans. So I say that to say this. This young lady is, like I said, I feel for her, but the way you know this guy's gonna go out of his way. I don't know where he'll be from, and I'll just use my situation. I met my wife on BLK. Now I wasn't really into the apps, but I'm like, okay, I want to try to do this. I want to see if this will work out, because I tried other apps, and like I remember my brother telling me, man, you need to get on Plenty of Fish, which was really like the dumbest. The dumbest. They had women on there where they talking about you pay this much and you can get in. I'm like, man, I'm trying to get up. Man, I don't want to be on nothing like. So anyway, I got off that foolishness and got on another app. But anyway, I met my wife, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. Like I said, if you really like that person, if a man really likes a woman, it ain't gonna take long. what Kevin Samuels said every time. He said, if everything is right, that man really like you like that, and everything goes right, you can be married in what, 90 days. Now I know a lot of people, oh, that's too fast. You don't know them. You don't know this. You don't know that. What you don't know? You still not gonna know it dating. Because guess what? Like it's known and said, if you don't live together, you ain't gonna never know that person in everything that they do. So basically, I asked my wife to marry me within 3 months. Within 3 months, let me see, October, November, December, 3 months. 3 months. And let me say this: the way a marriage works, it takes both adults. It takes both adults to make that marriage work. It's not one person there. And also, guys, if you don't have God in your marriage gonna be doomed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's no other way. And I'm just telling y'all straight up. Some people don't like that. Some people, well, you got to be spiritual. Yes, you got to have God in your relationship. You got to have the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit in your relationship. Because if you don't, you're going to have issues. If you got trust issues, you need to get therapy. If you have other types of sexual issues, you got to get therapy. It's a lot of things that people don't look at, and I didn't even look at. You know what I'm saying? This is my third marriage. Once again, I said this again, so y'all can look at my videos. I'm in my third one. The first one was, I don't know, maybe a year, somewhere around up in there. We had been together a long time. I don't flip around women like that. I don't flip around from woman to woman like that. I don't do that. The second one was right under 20 years. And this one will be my last one. Now, I couldn't say it the first 2 times. I couldn't say that. But I'm just telling you guys and ladies, if that guy really likes you, you gonna know it. If this guy is not pursuing you the way a woman should be pursued, you might want to start looking somewhere else, because they ain't really serious. No, I don't know. They may just want to have sex, and that's why women are going to this. Women are going to the fact of not having sex, saying, "Oh, I don't want to have sex because he gonna have sex with me and then he gonna be gone." And yes, listen, that doesn't mean a guy is gonna be gone, but you have to understand the signs. You have to know that this guy is really into you. I don't care. Ask him. So, and some guys gonna lie. So I'm gonna tell you guys, I really don't have a problem with women. Just when you say there's no sex, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to find somebody. I know I sound like I'm contradicting myself. I'm trying not to, but I do understand why women get like this.
I just feel like I did it the wrong way, honestly. I did it the wrong way, and I did it the wrong way twice, and it is what it is. But I've been celibate this long, and I don't give a shit about waiting,
You're gonna be waiting.
And there you have it. Okay. So 3 years.
It's hard, man.
And the next time will be your wedding night.
Yes.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on, honey.
At least
I wrote these down too because I am working on them currently. I want to be as consistent with my personal business as I am with work, because I feel like I give my all at work, but then it's like my own business and I'd be like, I'm tired, So it's that. And then another one is asking for help when I need help, because it's not easy to just be doing everything by myself, and I don't really get help from my family. I don't get help from the other parents. It's just me. It's So, but then too, it's if someone is offering me help, I feel like I'm reluctant to ask. So I feel like I want to actually ask for it if I need it. I don't ask for help. I feel like I don't ask at all. And that's the problem. You know what I mean? But, and then the last one is standing on my boundaries after I forgave somebody. Because I would forgive somebody and then it'd be like, oh, and it's like, nah. So I gotta just stand on my boundaries. There was a reason that the boundary was placed there, and I feel like I've been learning about boundaries, and I wasn't emotionally mature before, and I feel like I am now, and I feel like I can see the red flags. I can weed out what I don't want at this point, and I wanted marriage the whole time, and I feel like I keep ending up with people that don't, and it's like, I just know, I feel like even just the boundary about no sex, I feel like that's helping me weed them out, So I feel like I have the tools that I need now, I'm sorry.
Okay.
You might weed out a good man. You gotta understand that too. You might just weed out a good man. And I just can't say this enough. There's good men that's gonna want sex. I mean, yeah, you have to weed out the jokers, but there's good men that's gonna want sex. And I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like, you can play that role in guys. I think I'm one of the best at playing a role like I really don't want it. I'm just being honest. Like, I really don't want it, but want it bad. You know what I mean? Want it bad, bad. You know what I mean? So the fact is, if you done been with that guy a few months and you can't really tell that he could possibly be the one, and I'm gonna say a few months, but I mean you can even go a little longer than that. But I'm just not gonna fully say that unless y'all get married fast. If he asks you to marry him in 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, and then y'all, I mean, because here's the other side of that, ladies. Here's the other side. What's the possibility? And look, this is from a man. This is not from a godly side. And I'll say this here because, if you know, and he knows that there's definitely going to be no intimacy, it don't even have to be intercourse. But if there's some intimacy to getting to that point, I get it. Why play with it? Why play with it? Because eventually it's going to happen. And guys, I think possibly even with her, that if she really trusts that person is in the process of putting that ring on her, it may happen. I think just personally, I think that, yeah, it could happen. But that's if she really trusts you. If she really trusts you, I'm sure it could happen. Even before the wedding. So I don't know, man. Y'all leave some comments. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm amazing.
Oh my goodness. There we go.
I feel like I'm just really a caring person. I feel like I try my best in every aspect, and I feel like I give my all. I'm a caring I see you too, baby. I feel like I'm a caring person, and I'm just at the point where I need to make sure I'm pouring into someone that's pouring back into me. I see you too, Pickaboo. I'm sorry. But yeah, and I feel like at this point I deserve it, and I have the capability to receive it now. If that makes sense.
Okay. All right, we got some questions for you, love. So let me pull them up.
Not the pin questions. I was scared of this.
Before that, guys.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Allah forgive me. Say sugar in the morning, ding ding. Sugar in the morning, dong dong. Say sugar in the morning.
That's what the men want. That
sugar in
sugar.
the morning, dong dong.
They want that sugar.
Say sugar in the morning, sugar in the evening, sugar in supper time. Be my little sugar and mix my tea all the time.
Mix my tea all the
Say honey in the
time.
morning, ah-oh. Honey in the evening, ee-ah. Say honey in the morning, honey in the evening, honey in supper time. Be my little honey and love me all the time, my baby.
You
No,
know,
this one too, for real.
that
You
guy
real
is
promotes that. It's your body.
great singer.
You can stop
Great.
doing anything at any time.
What? What you
This
mean?
is, I think she's on your side. It's your
I don't
body. You can
understand.
stop doing anything at any time.
It's
No,
your body.
I
You
work
can stop
out.
doing anything at any
I'm
time.
like a year ago from.
No, you're missing. She's
She
agreeing
missing.
with you. She's
Oh,
saying it's your
percent.
body.
Okay, I understand.
You
I
can
get it. I understand.
control, but not have
Yeah.
sex. Okay.
Oh, that's
The
nice.
King of Javert said, Would you date a man that is financially celibate, meaning he is waiting till marriage only to spend money on his wife?
How you like
Yeah,
that?
I feel like that's cool. I'm not tripping off that. I can take care of myself. I've been doing it and take
That's
care
what
of
they
me
all
and my
say.
kids. Like, but you gonna know what you're stepping into, you know,
See, let me let it
and
finish.
not just like, I just, I don't expect you to be like, oh, I'm taking care of you, but like, that's the goal eventually,
Okay.
So basically, you need to know what you're stepping into. Nah, we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a conversation. If I don't have that type of money, I'm not paying all your bills. Nope. 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 I mean, I may be making good money, and you making good money. If you're able to pay 100% of your bills right now, don't think and look, that comes with time. That's another thing. That comes with time. But it almost seems like she's basically saying that you need to know what you're getting into. No, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, yeah, look, you wouldn't even get a proposal from me if you tell me something stupid like that. Because my next thing is, what do you mean? You gonna just sit down and not do nothing? Nah, sister. You got the wrong one at this point. So you got to be careful what you say, because most guys not gonna come in like that. And men that make that type of money, 6-figure money and different stuff like them guys not gonna come in and be taking care of your children. And a lot of y'all women that wanna understand about these rich men, y'all wanna understand how they operate. They don't operate like men don't make that kind of money. They don't operate like that. So if you want a man like that, go over there, go to Kevin Samuel's channel and listen to that channel and watch that channel and listen to what he's telling you women. A lot of y'all don't like it, but it don't matter, because guess what? Women today, especially black women, they always lead with money. I make this amount of money. I make that amount of money. Well, why can't you pull a black man up and help him? Y'all know black men are struggling. You make $100,000 or 125,000, 150. I don't know. You make 150, and that man probably making 40 or 50. You don't think that's a good enough thing uh to pull a man up? Like, I'm talking about good men. I'm talking about good men, and not just looking at him like he don't have nothing, so I don't want him. That's selfish. Because if men did that, because men care about what you look like. If men did that, y'all would be in serious trouble. If men of means did it the same way, if men of means took women with means, it's a lot of women. Well, it won't be a lot of women. It would only be a certain percentage, maybe between 1% and 3%. And then 1 in 15%. If the 1 in 15% played it like that, guess what? You got to make at least you got to make at least what I make. It'll be ugly, guys. It'll be ugly, ladies and gentlemen. It will be ugly. So y'all be careful with that.
This one said, Classy Perspective said, ma'am, you mentioned the phrase giving your all. To me, the greatest gift a woman can give a man is birthing a child.
Yep.
The next man has to vet you and the fathers in order for him to be the man you want in your life.
Yep.
Well,
Yep. Yep.
I mean,
She young.
What's his age?
28. She's young. She young, though. She young, y'all.
I don't understand. Like, what do you mean by that?
Let me explain. I just was saying, men of means. So even if it's not a man of means, it could be a man that's making, I don't know, 75, 85,000. Now, for me personally, I don't give a damn what the cotton picker did. But here's the thing. You have to be careful with that, because if she got somebody that she done made a baby with, and he's one of them knuckleheads, and I'm saying this for young men. I'm really saying this for the young men. He's a knucklehead, and he still think he got some type of control over her, and he likes stepping into y'all issue. For me, as long as it don't get back to me, I don't really care. I truly don't care. I don't. I mean, I'm not worried about this dude. I'm gonna run my household. You run yours. But you men got to be careful, because if a woman like this have a knucklehead, man, that could be all kind of disruptions and issues for that man coming in talking about helping you take care of your children. Now, if dude is cool, it's gonna be easy work. But if he not, that's why your exes have to be vetted. You might have exes that been in prison most of their life, and guess what? Now you got to deal with this knucklehead that don't have nothing going for himself or not trying to do nothing. But you got two babies with two knuckleheads. That's why they got to be vetted.
Like, I don't want
I'll
to
read it
answer it all.
again. You said, giving your all. To me, the greatest gift a woman can give a man is birthing a child. The next man has to vet you and the fathers in order for him to be a man you want him to be in your life. So what he's saying is this: you have 2 children by 2 men, and okay, you've learned some things. So now you want to be celibate and you're focusing on marriage only. But he's saying the next man has to accept your children, and if he's going to be a quality man, he has to have a relationship with their fathers. So he's saying that man has to also vet you.
I mean, yes, me, but I don't feel like necessarily their father, especially when, like.
Well, no, I think a lot of moms miss this. Do your children have relationships with their dads?
My daughter does. We have 50% custody with my daughter, and then I have my son by myself.
Okay, so let's give an example. So now you find a man, you get married, and obviously your child lives with you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then let's just say your child and your husband, her stepfather, get into it, and now she's like, I'm gonna call my daddy, and now her daddy has to come step to your husband because there was an issue with his biological daughter. So I think that's the example he's given, when a man has to accept women and then also the children's dads.
That does
happen. I mean, I have friends.
I can understand that. I can understand that, but I feel like if the communication is where it should be, then there should be a way to work it out, or at least, hold on, baby, or at least like come to an agreement where everyone can be adults about the situation. Like, it doesn't, I feel like if that's an issue, then there's not good enough communication. Baby, stop, please. Thank you.
Well, there could be communication, but I mean, like in our own personal scenario, I could think of, I had a friend who got married but had a child first, and you know, with her husband, there was challenges and the way her husband wanted to run the household, and her daughter at times would call her father. And rightfully so was her father. And then it did cause an issue. I'm not saying this would happen for you. I'm just saying that's that thought process of that question. But let's keep moving. You have more questions. You have more questions if you want. Do you want them?
Yeah.
You do want them? Okay. Okay, Monique said the men in the comments bullying women on the show either don't have their mothers in their lives or were bullied in school. Very corny and very lame.
Now this chick Monique Marie, you got some issues. The men in the comments bullying women on the show either didn't have their mothers in their lives or were bullied in school. Very corny and lame. First of all, I was never bullied. And let me say this here. I am not bullying this woman. Basically, I'm giving my comments to what she is saying. So that's basically what I'm doing. But I get it. Some women don't like to hear common sense, man. Some of them just don't like to hear. This lady is clearly don't like to hear, and I guarantee you she alone. You know, I could bet, I'll bet somebody some money that she don't have nobody. And probably very masculine. Listen, man, nobody, I haven't heard anything that was bullying her. Basically, men are saying this is what we would have to do in the case of the things that you're doing. You're having no sex, you know, and you have 2 kids by 2 other men. They do have to be vetted. You do have to be vetted with them, because if you don't vet her with them, you could be walking into your death trap, man, behind some foolishness. It ain't nobody trying to die over no broad out here. And this lady right here, man, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. Nobody has said nothing bad about this young lady. So you paid $5 for nothing. You paid $5 for nothing, and you need to knock it off. Stop being so masculine.
That's why I'm not crying.
Okay.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't be like trying to bully someone. Like, I didn't choose to be a single mother. I thought that I was gonna be married both times, and I feel like I was like tricked and given something that wasn't real. Like, I was given a facade, and I feel like I just know how to. Stop, please. I know how to see the red flags, but also like pay attention to the red flags. You know, like, I don't know. And then also too, I feel like my intuition is better than it was. And, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if that answers. Baby, stop. Can you go to your room?
Okay, Kimberly's saying, please put him to bed.
It's 8:00. His bedtime is in 30 minutes.
Okay.
She should have
Here's
called
another
later.
question for you. Can she be celibate if you score very high in other? You can be celibate if you score very high in other areas. It's a hard sell with 2 kids. It drops your score, but you can focus on other things to enhance men in your life and become a wife. Good luck.
Okay. If you feel like it drops my score, then that's on you. Like, I understand like what you mean, but not like it's advanced everywhere else. Like you're saying, like I'm not lacking. I feel like I'm not trying to like be cocky, but like I know who I am and I know what I'm capable of and I know where I'm gonna be and I know what I'm getting to and I know what I'm capable of on my own. So really it's just like a partner. But that's why I was saying like I needed to be a provider because I'm providing so much, whether it's emotional comfort, whether it's stability, whether it's fixing a schedule, whether it's setting stuff out for somebody to go to work in the morning. But like the problem is I'm doing all that and it's like a dude that don't pay the bills, a dude that don't buy the food for the table. I'm buying the food, paying the bills and providing everything else. No. So you can be the provider financially and I will provide the rest. That's how it's supposed to be, is how I feel.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. When you didn't require that for the last 2. Listen, because you picked wrong. For whatever reason. Whether you didn't have no daddy, whether you didn't have no mama, whether you have no anybody. We all learn through our failures. We should learn through our failures. And what she is doing is withholding sex. You would never get that with a provider male. You would never get a ring from a provider male. You would never get a ring from a rich man. I mean, because that's basically a high value man. Or what's the other word I said? I wasn't gonna say high value, high earner. From a high earner. You won't get a ring from a high earner. Number one, because you have children. That's number one. And this is not solid everywhere because I see singers and rappers and different people like this here. These guys will take women sometimes with their children. But that, you know how rare that is? But the thing is, young lady, there's no way you're going to get a provider male. You're saying that when this man, the good man that comes in, he got to pay all the bills and then you'll just that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And if I was sitting in front of you and asking you these questions and you tell me something like that, I would politely tell you, you're going to either have to change your thoughts on that or I'm out of here. Because you're not going to pressure me into paying all your bills when you got 2 men. You got 2 men that you have 50% of the time. That's one thing. Then the other one don't do nothing. You can't tell me that, oh, he don't do nothing, but I want you to provide everything for me and my children. That is crazy. Any woman who thinks that is freaking crazy. You're freaking crazy. Don't think that way because it's not going to happen for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you want a provider next?
Yes. I'm tired of providing. Okay.
Oh, I think I might have missed that. So you want a man that's going to pay all the bills?
I don't mean like all the bills 100%, but like if we're married, like 90%.
No, ain't gonna happen.
So you want a man to provide for you and your children then, because you know you have 2 children.
Yeah,
Ain't gonna happen.
Okay. Okay.
Ain't gonna happen.
eventually.
Are you willing? Taxmaster said, are you willing to wait until your kids are older before dating? We can see how active your child is, so it may be a better option for you.
Yes, I
She
am
don't
willing
like
to
that.
wait, but like I said, like I've already
She ain't
been
willing
3
to wait.
years. Like I don't mind waiting.
You don't.
It
She don't
hasn't
want
been
to
a
wait.
problem, but I figured might as well give it a shot. And I feel like Kendra's show was like my best opportunity. But
Okay.
like
This
I
will be
know
the
I
last
can wait,
question, so
and
don't
that's
pay no more. This will be the last question. Don't buy no more paid questions when it comes to her. Naj Mitchell said, you're showing all the men you're not in control of the house. They will be walking into chaos. If you can't make baby steps, how can you? If you can't make the baby stop, how can your husband?
When did I ask
I
him to
beg your
stop? I
pardon.
never asked him to
I
stop. My
beg
son
your
is allowed to
pardon.
play. He is a child. Your kid
I
doesn't
beg
play.
your
This is
pardon.
his house. I don't
I beg
understand
your pardon.
what that. I don't understand. You're
I beg
saying
your
that it's
pardon,
a
I'll
house
give
of
you this.
chaos.
I will say this.
Dr.
I will
Umar.
say this. I love your child. He's so cute. You know what I'm saying?
Women
And
will.
obviously you love your child because of course you love your child. But on a dating show, the unableness it comes across of him able to do what he wants could be a turn off to some men. You know, and not saying all men, but some men can look at that as, do I want to join life? You know, there are some things they just have to consider. And now you're telling me you want a man that's a provider, so he has to make a certain amount of money to pay all the bills.
Ain't gonna
So I
happen.
just think it's something to just think about.
Ain't
Just
gonna
something to
happen.
think about.
No, I understand that, and I feel like I have thought about that too. Because like I understand that not everybody is okay with me having a small child. I understand that. Like
Two.
I'm not asking
Two
everybody to
children.
be okay with that, but
2
that
children.
doesn't mean I can't put myself out there. But also, like it's not. I'm not trying to control him. I'm letting him be free. This is his house. He has been at daycare. I just got off work. When I tried to get on Facebook, I was literally pulling in from work. So like I'm letting him get his free time. He has bedtime at 8:30. He will be fine. Like I don't understand. Like my kids are on a schedule. It's his playtime. He can play. I don't I don't know, man.
Now, this is the one thing that would concern me. I wish Kendra would have asked her if her new husband, uh, whose word would she go with? Her new husband or her children? Now, you done been with your children, so you love your children. And if that outside man that's taking care of your household now tells these children to go to bed, uh, I don't. It might be early. It might be a little early. And then these children got pushed back. Now, of course, when you catch children when they're young like that, you're in that relationship for a long time, you're gonna find that the children even love you. You will find that the children are a lot easier. It's a lot easier for you to tell them things. Now, when they 12 and 13, man, that ain't gonna happen. But when you find the children young, you may not have as many issues. But yeah, she need to grow up, man. Because for one thing, if she thinks some provider dude gonna come in there and guys, I never say never, but that's just gonna be a hard one for her. It's gonna be hard, guys. Let's finish this thing out.
Okay. Like that's y'all's opinion. Like I'm not like everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I'm completely aware of what I got going on, and you don't have to accept that. But like I'm sure someone will. If you don't, that's understandable.
Someone will. That's the end of this one, guys. That's the end of this one. She say someone will. Well, we'll see how that work out. Hopefully she called back in to Kendra and let Kendra know how things are going with her, whether she got that relationship she wanted or what. But and it could be done, guys. It could be done. It could be done. I met my ex-wife. We raised those girls, and I always give her the props for raising them children because I was gone a lot, working and different stuff like that. But it can happen, guys. It definitely can happen. Um, I mean, it like I say, it can happen from my personal journey. It can happen, guys. I promise you. My ex had 2 children when I met her. And I raised those girls like they were mine. Now, and then we had one together. And so I'm just telling you, it could happen, guys. The right woman, the right man, because even at that time, I wasn't making the money I was making now. Of course, so that's something women got to understand too. You're not going to get nobody that's making decent money at this point that was making, young people. That's not going to happen unless that person got a really good job. They finished college and they got a really good job. That could happen. That could happen. But man, y'all gotta all be understanding. Y'all gotta be understanding. All right, guys, this is the end of this one. I got a video coming up where I looked at some of the comments off of one video, and I'm gonna continue to do that. And once my move is over, guys, and I get reset up, get everything set back up, I'm gonna start doing lives. But I'm still kind of in between on whether I want to start my own thing where, and I ain't gonna do it by myself because I think my brother is an icebreaker. I'm pretty dry when it comes down to things, but my brother is really, really bubbly and different stuff like that. I just got to see if his wife gonna let him do it, because I already know his wife she don't like him talking to no females under no circumstances. But all this gonna be recorded. We ain't gonna do none of the outside stuff. Everything gonna be recorded, and I'm still thinking about if I want to do that. I think it'll really work out well. I just got to get the setup and understand how I need to do this with the phones and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm really leaning to doing that, guys. Really starting my own little dating thing between me and my brother, talking to people, and hopefully, I'm hoping that it may be something where we could talk to men and women together. So you don't have one person saying this and this person. And that's gonna be super hard because it's gonna be hard to get two people that probably don't like each other to be on the same phone, and you just get fireworks. And in the end, hopefully those people can come back together. That's what I'm thinking, guys. But I don't know, man. It may just be something like this. I don't know. But you guys tell me in a comment what you think. If you stuck around in this video, as long as this video is, if you stuck around, let me know what you think, guys. Whether I should do it, get on the journey to start and getting ready to do something like that, or what y'all think, man. This was a Kendra G live singles. I appreciate you guys coming through and checking out my videos, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Guys. I got a lot of stuff coming forward. I also have Gorilla X Retro Gaming is one of my channels. You can go through if you like video games, handheld games. I do that. And then if you're a trucker, if you're somebody that drive a car or anything, I have what's called Truck a Minute, but I also talk about vehicles. I talk about all type of vehicles and safety and different stuff like that, and people doing stupid stuff. I actually got a video for this Truck a Minute that I'll have coming up, probably in the next 2 weeks, where a car was turned over that I saw. I didn't see it live, but I came up past it. Car was turned over. Guys, I appreciate y'all checking me out. This is Bruce with What Are You Doing? I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Y'all be cool.